Hey guys, welcome to City Sims Gaming, and today we're going to be building a large family home in The Sims 4. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and turn on post notifications if you want to see more Sims 4 builds, and if you want to see more gameplay for the Sims 4 and City Skylines, which will be coming soon. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So as you can see here, I'm just building the first floor, and I wanted it to look like more of a custom design, so that's why I'm doing adding a lot more dimensions and almost in and out bumps, I guess you could call it. And that's kind of what I was just working on here. I ended up going with the design you see on the front, and I thought it just made the house look more custom and more unique. So now I'm putting the roof on, and I had to make the roof a little different on this, obviously, because of all the different pieces, bits and pieces, I guess you could say, that were sticking out. But I was able to make it work with like 3 different pieces of roof. And I just ended up going with a normal style roof for this house. I thought it looked fine though, no big deal. And I was able to get that piece of roof to blend in with the rest, which is good. So now here I just picked a front door, and on this house I used a lot of the doors and windows from the Seasons expansion pack, so I kind of stuck with that theme. Right here I was using the smaller windows, and you'll see later on I actually decided to go with the bigger windows, like the ones you see right there, just because I thought they looked better and would let in more natural light, and would be almost a better fit for this style of house. So, like you just saw right there, I just put those in, and then I had done those bigger windows where I was just going to put the single windows before. I put some windows on both sides of that little corner right there, but I thought it looked kind of dumb, so I just took that one out, and I thought the window on the other side would be plenty. So right here, now I'm moving on to the inside, and I was creating a foyer/entryway when you walk in, and I wanted it to be open to the second floor, so that's why you saw me build that room on the second floor and then open up the floor, and that's why, and that's, like you saw, I just put in the staircase there, and that was kind of my idea with that would be open and almost like a foyer into the upstairs. That's 2 floors. So right here, I'm picking the siding, and originally I was going to go with like a vinyl siding, but then later on I actually decided to switch to a fully doing the house in rock, which before I was thinking maybe just do like this front bit with, but I thought it looked really good, so I ended up doing the whole house in that. I still was experimenting and trying a few different things with the siding, but then you can see right there, I was adding the stone on to the rest of the house. So then right here, I'm moving back onto the inside, and I just added a entryway, going from the foyer into the rest of the house. And then I was trying to figure out how I wanted to really partition off this first floor, because obviously I wanted to fit a living room, dining room, kitchen, and maybe a little more. So I was trying to figure out how to do it. So I had made those smaller rooms over there, thinking maybe like a half bathroom or an office. And I ended up going back to those later on, but for now I just left it as is. So I decided to keep the whole area over to the right side of what you're seeing right now, all open, and leave that like the main area of the house. And like you're seeing right now, I'm putting in a fireplace in this front part of the big main area, and that's the part that I kind of made into the living room. And then towards this back corner, this was the part I decided to make into the kitchen. So you can see right here, I was adding cabinets, and originally I put in these white cabinets, but I wasn't quite sure that those were right for this build. I thought I'd go a little more custom, a little more different. And I added appliances, like you can see right there. So I ended up going back to the cabinets, and I decided to go with these almost more industrial looking ones with almost like metal shelving and like wooden countertops, I guess is the best way to describe it. But I thought they actually looked pretty good, and I hadn't used them in a build before, so I ended up going with that. And I kept the same appliances that I had before. And then you can see right there, I just added an island using the same countertop that we were using for the rest of the kitchen. So then I was going to add a big cabinet onto the end, but I decided not to do that just because I didn't think it was necessary. So now you can see over here, this is where I decided to put in the dining room, which you'll see me work on later. Right here I was just putting in lights all around. And then I actually decided to switch up the color of the cabinets and the countertops in the kitchen to this darker color. Later on, I ended up switching it back, but I had just did that for that time just because I thought it looked better, but I ended up, like I said, I ended up switching it back anyway, so it really didn't matter. So right here I'm adding in a dining room table, and I ended up sorry, I can't speak right now. I ended up picking the one from Cats and Dogs, and almost this lighter wood color, and then I had also picked some chairs from the Cats and Dogs pack, let me see, yeah, right there, I picked them, almost a little bit older style looking, but I thought they looked really good, in that, those were in that lighter wood color too. So I decided to move the wall in a little bit to make the dining room a little bit bigger because I thought it felt a little tight and cramped. So I thought that made it look a little bit better. And then you can see me right there. I'm just switching the cabinets back because I can't make up my mind in these builds. So then right here I'm moving on to this right side of the house where I had built those like smaller rooms before. And I actually decided to expand the foyer into some of that area to make the staircase, just because I thought it made the foyer look a little bit better. So I had to play around with this for a little while to get it to work because I tried putting the staircase in here for some reason and it wouldn't let me. And then I tried opening up the wall here and putting like a half wall, but then it made the flooring go upstairs for some reason. I don't even know why this happened, but I ended up, in the end, I was able to fix it, and it looked fine. But just video games being video games, right? I mean, I feel like these things are pretty common, at least happen to me. So then there you can see I was able to get in the staircase just fine. And then I squared off that little area right there, just to make it the wall flush. So then now I'm adding some paint to the wall in the foyer. I think I ended up just going with like a plain white color. I thought about maybe doing a gray or something like that, but I thought it would be best to just keep the foyer like a nice bright room, lots of natural light, do like a nice bright color, so really bright, nice, good looking room to be in. Ended up using that through the whole first floor too, and I think through most of the house as well. I ended up using just that basic white color, just because I thought it looked pretty simple, pretty clean, and it brightened up the rooms and spaces. So then you can see right there, I just finished off the second floor of the foyer with that same paint color. And then I also added a window above the front door, just to let in some more light into that space. So now right here, I'm picking a living room couch. And I was thinking about doing like this couch, but it took me a little while to decide on a color. I think I ended up in the end going with a cream looking color. Yeah, you can see right there. It was like a cream-looking color with like wooden backs, almost like a brownish-looking wood on the back. And then I put a pretty big TV over the fireplace to like finish off the living room. So next year I was trying to pick a rug for the living room, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I liked this like lattice-looking one, but I thought it was a little bit too small. So I was playing around with a bunch of different ones, that square one, that striped one. And then I ended up, I think that's the one I looked at in the first place, and I ended up just making it work. And I thought it looked okay. That was really all I needed anyway, was just for it to go under the couches. So I thought it looked pretty good. So next year, I was thinking, I was originally thinking about maybe getting a piano for that space over in the corner, but I thought there probably wouldn't be enough space since there's only grand pianos in The Sims 4. So I ended up getting a guitar and a chess table, and I thought added a little bit of character to the living room, and some additional things, and I thought it just looked really pretty good. So that will be it for the first part of this build. I will be posting the second part very soon. So like I said in the beginning, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications. Thanks for watching.